Now, I just want to say before we even go into this, I have gotten this suggested to me. I don't know how many times. And because I got it suggested to me so many times, I'm thinking to myself like, okay, this must be a good movie. And then I read the description and I was like, you know, sometimes I wonder what is wrong with the people that watch my videos. Let me just read the plot of this movie real quick. Just real quick. Christian, a millionaire heir, meets Sigrid, a young student, on a dating app. They hit it off quickly, but there's only one problem. Christian lives with Frank, a man who dresses up and constantly acts like a dog. This is good, boy. Jesus Christ. You know, it makes perfect sense that this is a foreign film because I just want to have hope for America, you know? And by hope, I mean just with movies because our country sucks. Okay, we're starting off. This looks like one of those really recycled tweets where they're like, look at the food in anime. Making steak, asparagus. What the fuck? Yo, what the fuck is that? Yo, does this man have a dog suit on? All right, you know what? That's it. Video's over. I'm clicking off of this shit. There's no way I'm finishing this movie. Okay, I'm gonna finish the movie. But this nigga got a dog suit dude running around his house pretending to be a dog and he's on Tinder. Yo, he just super like Sigrid. Okay, he's super like what he saw. I feel him. Yo, did he make this dude take the suit off to take a shower? What the fuck is that? Anyways, Christian matched with Sigrid. This is probably the worst thing that could have happened because I mean, this dude owns a dog that is a man in a suit. Now they start messaging each other back and forth and they decide that they're gonna go on a date. This makes Christian very happy. My man dressing up in a suit and all that, bro. He looking real debonair right now. I don't even know what the word debonair means, but I'm just gonna pretend that I do. Yo, did he just kiss this grown ass man in a dog suit on the head? There's something wrong with Christian, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
No shit.
Anyways, he ends up going to what seems to be some fancy restaurant and he meets the shorty Sigrid there. Now, it seems to me that this might be the afternoon, close to the evening. I would hope that it's the evening because Sigrid done popped up talking about she about to get them 2 beers. And I would hope that they aren't already drinking 2 beers at 7 a.m. Also, what type of girl pops up at a restaurant on a date and gets 2 beers ordered? Fuck, is you a stud? Now, Sigrid is in school. They're having a bunch of conversations about her schooling and how she likes the environment. Just a bunch of random shit that anybody would talk about on a Tinder date. You know, I've never been on a date from Tinder before. I heard that app is for freaks. Like it's called Tinder because everybody that on there be Tinder in the ass. Anyways, they literally talked until it's almost nighttime. Like these niggas really done chilled at this restaurant for hours. I'm gonna be honest, this whole part of the movie is just what like typically people would talk about on dates. It's not super interesting. We're talking about having structure in life and what they do for a job and a career and all this random shit that people feel like they gotta ask each other on the very first date. Like, can we just kind of vibe? See if the chemistry right? You asking me 30 fucking questions like we're on Jeopardy. So they leave the restaurant and they're taking a little walk. They end up going back to his crib and I mean, obviously she's impressed by it. Oh my God, do you live here? Yeah, I've lived here for a while. Nothing crazy. Something like, you know. So what do you think? Oh, it's really cool. It reminds me of my dorm. Your dorm? I'm just kidding. I clearly don't have a nice house. I eat ramen noodles for dinner. I'm poor. Do you get lonely in here? Nah, not really. I'm kind of claustrophobic. Oh, also, I have a dog. You can meet him one day if you want. As soon as he says this, my man Frank looked around the corner and he realized that, oh shit, I'm not supposed to be in here right now. He said one day. So he backs up slowly. Now they're having this conversation about life and Sigrid's telling Christian how her parents got divorced when she was real young in life and they started making out. What did I tell you? Tinder in the ass. It's the very first date and they fucking. Yo, whoa. Is this man Frank watching them have sex? Somebody stop him. Now at this point they wake up in the morning and oh my God, it's Frank. And she notices that this is a grown ass man in a dog costume, which is crazy. So they sitting at the table having breakfast, you know, chatting it up. What's going on with him? What do you mean? That's Frank, my dog. That's your dog? Okay, I gotta leave. I have to go walk my goldfish. What? So she's about to leave, but she realizes that she's broke as fuck. She doesn't have a way home. So she asks him to take him home, even though he's a weirdo with a dog that is a grown man in a dog costume, which is insane, by the way, but you know, I digress. Now she gets home and she tells her roommate all about the date and how the guy's crazy and he has a dog in a human that's supposed to be a dog in a damn costume, but you know, whatever. Again, I digress. Now she's talking to her, explaining to her about it. Yeah, so I thought he was normal, but he has a dog that's a grown ass man in a costume. At first I thought maybe he was cosplaying or something, like maybe they were about to go to DreamCon or some shit. shit. But then I realized, nope, that's just his dog, Frank. And to be frank, he's a weirdo. But a roommate ruins everything. You know, I feel like in relationships or anytime a woman deals with a man, okay, not anytime, but a lot of times, their friends have a lot to do with it. Their opinions mean a lot to them. And I feel like it's either they tell him to leave a good guy alone, which kind of sucks, or they tell him to give a really shitty guy more attention. And in this scenario, her friend is telling her to put up with the weird ass shit he's got going on because he's a millionaire. The power of the almighty dollar. Ooh wee. Look what that money make a bitch do. But in this case, the money made a bitch put up with the fact that he has a dog that is a man in a suit. What an idiot. Now Sigrid's going to have dinner with Christian at his house. She is smitten with this guy. I'm not trying to be rude, but what's his deal? Well, Frank, pretty lonely. He just lives here and he's my dog. I know it's strange, but it's what he wants. He doesn't have anyone else. No one else that would be his owner. Well, why would he want someone to be his owner? That doesn't really make much sense to me. Why does he want to be a dog? Well, ever since we were young, he always used to run around talking about, fuck his niggas talking about, I got that dog in me. And I never really knew what he meant by that. Until one day we were on the playground and there was this kid picking on me. And Frank came over and he punched him straight through his chest. I never seen anything like it. The strength of a man. He put his whole arm through this guy's chest. Ever since then, it made sense to me. Well, Frank just ran around saying, fuck niggas talking about, I got that dog in me. And then he's just been a dog ever since. Now he explains to her about Frank and how he's lonely, quote unquote, and how he wants to be a dog. And then he comes in there and he looks very, very happy to see her. So she pets him. And then, yo, why is he all up on her like that? Yo, he about to start humping her leg in a second, I ain't gonna lie. Now Sigrid gets to talking to him after this, and you know, obviously she's weirded out from the fact that this weird ass dog is on her. But she starts to feel like, you know, her and Christian have a lot in common, that they don't have a lot of close relationships, and they're kind of closed off. But for Sigrid, it's because she's an introvert, and for Christian, it's because he's a weird ass psychopath that has a dog who is really a man in a suit. But yeah, you know, guess they're both really similar. My God. Anyways, he calls Frank in there to apologize to her, you know, which he could just say, I'm sorry, because he's a person, but she has to pretend that he said sorry because he's pretending to be a dog, but you know, whatever. Now she has to go to school. So Christian says, hey, don't worry, I'll drive you. So you're on time. Have a fun day at school. Look at him, taking her places, kissing her before she gets out of the car. They're basically a couple. Worst thing that could have possibly happened for Sigrid. Now Sigrid meets up with her friend again. She's at college this time. And her friend is trying to explain to her that she needs to keep Christian on his toes, that he's used to people liking him, which is probably not true, but you know, then again, what do I know? Maybe people are into weirdos who have dogs that are really a grown-ass man in a suit, but you know, I don't know. But she explains that because of this, he might get bored easily. Now they're in bed that night and Frank's in there watching again because he's a weirdo in a suit. And she asked this dude, if Frank has sex, why are you asking if this weirdo in this suit has sex? What type of question is that? And Christian gonna look at her talking about, well, no one comes to visit him and he's a fucking loser, so I guess not. But wait, are you volunteering? Sure, if you don't mind. This is gonna become very relevant later in the story. And by later, I mean like close to the end, but it's not right now. And I know what you're thinking. Is Frank gonna force himself on her and have sex with her? No, it's not that. That would be really, really, really weird. But what does happen is even weirder than that. Just hold your horses. Anyways, Christian asked Sigrid if she would like to go on a cabin trip with him and Frank. And honestly, come on, bro. This is the setup for something bad to happen. Cabin, middle of nowhere. I barely know this guy. And I'm here with this weird ass grown man that's in a dog suit. What could possibly go wrong? Well, Sigrid, let me tell you, everything. Now they sitting there eating lunch, him, her, Frank, but not me, which sucks because I'm very hungry. I really should start eating at a regular time, you know? Anyways, they're at lunch and the Christian has this idea that since they're at this, you know, cabin trip, that she should put her phone up and so should he. Obviously, this is terrible. Why are you making her put her phone up? I'm fucking gonna hit her phone. Crazy work. So that night, Sigrid is in there playing with Frank on the floor, which is insane, by the way. She is literally playing with a grown man in a dog suit and smiling about it. But after playing for a while, you know, he obviously has to stop. Oh, you gotta help me, cuz this motherfucker is crazy. Yo, get me out of here, please. This nigga sound like Donkey from Shrek. But we get the twist that the dog is not the crazy one. The crazy one is Christian. Oh. Yo, real quick. You know when I say real quick, that means I got a banger. Yes, sir. This time on the Game and Lore channel, send those games. And I dropped that God of War joint last time. Y'all ran it up 100K first vid. Sheesh. But this time I'm doing Mortal Kombat. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, exactly. Every single Mortal Kombat game in one video, you know that joint crazy. So make sure you hit this little eye right here or go in the pinned comment or description and go run that up. After you finish this video though, you feel me? Don't click off of this one or you're a bitch. You feel me? But I love y'all. Bye. Which I mean, obviously, bro, he has a dog that's a man in a suit. So clearly we should have all known that he's insane, but you know, it is what it is. Now, Sigrid is freaking out, obviously, because she just gets shell shocked by the fact that this nigga Christian is insane and it's not Frank. So she's trying to figure out how the hell to get out of here. I gotta go. So the next morning she wakes up and she tries to leave, but the doors are locked. What the fuck? This nigga locking doors, cuz? No more locked doors. Now Christian comes downstairs and she's like, oh yeah, I just locked the door. I don't want anyone to come in here and do anything bad to us. You guys are in a cabin in the middle of the woods. Why do you need to lock the doors from the inside though? Like, obviously you can just lock the door from the outside. That's how doors work. How the fuck would locking them from the inside do anything? Makes no sense, but I digress. So they go take a little walk and Sigrid's just acting like everything is normal. But no, it's not normal. I'm actually fucking sick and I want to leave. So I'm gonna vomit in this toilet. So the next day, Sigrid asks him, can I have my phone back? Well, why? Well, my mother's feeling ill and I just want to check on her. What's wrong with her? Oh, we don't know yet, but she's not well. Of course, I'll go get your phone. It gets to the point where Shorty is lying about her mom to get the phone. This nigga brings the phone in and won't even let her use it. Has her unlock it and call her mom and then puts it on speakerphone. What the fuck? Oh, this nigga's a weirdo. Obviously her mom's not sick and he hears that, but he just plays it off, you know, all cool, calm and collected. Oh, don't worry about it. You're just addicted to your phone. Meanwhile, he knows the truth. So she gets the idea to take Frank for a walk, you know, to bond. But really, she just wants to talk to him. So they go out to the woods, bro, and she gets to talking to him. Okay, we're alone now. Hey, shut your dumb ass up. You'll be spying on him. Hey, listen, man, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Why don't we just run? Can't just run, man. If we run, this motherfucker probably gonna kill us. He's crazy. We gotta kill his ass while he's sleeping. I can't do that. Yes, you can, man. Look, I'm gonna distract his ass. Act like I gotta use the bathroom. You grab a knife, you put it under your pillow. Y'all go to sleep. You stab his dumb ass. So she go up there, she hide the knife, and here this the Christian come up behind him. Yo, he just took the dog out. How the hell did he get in there that fast? Anyway, she hides the knife and he comes in there and he tries to change the sheets. So she's like, no, I'm gonna do it. Don't worry about it. You're gonna make dinner. I wanna contribute. Okay, nice one. Except for the fact that this nigga checked anyway and found the knife, you stupid bitch. He calls her into the room, yo. Now this weird ass, she just get out of the shower, bro. He in there acting like he's mad because the damn sheets are too loose. What the fuck? Then he starts laughing, talking about I'm just joking. Nah, nigga, it's a little bit of truth in every joke. Then he comes in there sniffing all on her and shit, trying to have sex with her, trying to make her all dirty again after she got out the shower and shit. She ain't trying to fuck you, weirdo. So she gets mad and shit, pushes him off and smacks him. Then he walks off because he's a bitch. Everything is so weird at dinner because, I mean, she smacked him in the mouth. But she's in bed that night and realizes that the knife is gone. And then Christian sits up, all weird. Hey, come with me. I want to show you something. Sit down. You know why I took you down here? No. No? You don't know? Okay. You're so boring. And then he plays an audio where the two of them were talking, Frank and her. Oh, this nigga was spying on her the whole time? Oh, nah. And another thing, I found the knife under the fucking pillow, you bitch. You were gonna stab me. You know, I'm incredibly disappointed in you. Come on, get up. Come here. Could have tied you up, but I decided not to. I want you to show that you can be trustworthy, even though you don't deserve it. So then they walk down the hall and they see this nigga Frank in a cage with his mask off. All right, my fault. So you really was gonna betray me, Frank? You thought shit was sweet? Man, come on, cuz, man. Oh my God, bitch, I told you to stab him. Why the fuck didn't you do it? Now this nigga got me in a fucking cage, cuz. You don't gotta be scared. It's only me, Frank. You want me to take this off? Oh, isn't that better, boy? Good dog. Oh, motherfucker, did you just bite me, cuz? So this dude, Frank, ended up biting his ass and Christian grabbed him up. This gave Sigrid some time to escape. So she ended up running into the woods. Yo, hold on. Wait. Is that Alex Bale? The nigga that make the YouTube videos on SpongeBob theories? All right, I'm just kidding. It does look like him though, don't it? Anyway, Shorty done ran and this dude Christian realized in this moment, fuck, this bitch done got away. Now this dude Frank apologizes to him and Christian is pissed because why are you talking? You're supposed to be a dog. Let's go take a trip to the barn. So he takes this to this barn, bro. And at this point I realized, okay, I knew that this nigga was a sociopath, but he on some whole other shit. Cause why is he putting a gag in this nigga mouth in a blindfold? Then he puts these headphones on his ear and starts throwing water on him and shit. Like, what is even happening right now? Decide what you're gonna do. Did you just put a plastic bag over this nigga face? Yo, are you trying to suffocate him right now? Oh, this nigga is freaky. I really don't understand understand though, cause like, is Frank's hands tied? Like, why can't he just poke a hole in the bag? Okay, no, his hands are tied. Then he almost kills him by suffocating him, but he obviously stops right before he dies. Pure torture. Then he puts him in a cage and starts playing super loud ass music next to him while smacking the cage with a bat. Oh, this dude Christian is insane, bro. Why is he torturing this like this? Telling him to bark and shit. But let's go check on Sigrid. Why is she laying in the middle of the ground? What the fuck? There's no way she lost all her energy, bro. She barely went anywhere. But she gets up and she picks this stick up and she starts walking back to the barn. I guess she feels like she wants to help Frank. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I wouldn't have done that. I would have did. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, is this nigga spanking this man bare ass? Yo, come on, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This man Christian is freaky as shit, bro. He was definitely on them Epstein files. Checking them 3 million pages. It's gonna say Christian, that weird ass nigga from Good Boy, bro. It's no way that he's not on them files. Bro is spanking a grown man right now in a dog suit. Anyway, Sigrid walks in there with this big ass stick and she like, all right, fuck it. I'm about to smack nigga in the back of the head and then we getting out of here. Easy peasy, beautiful cover girl. Mickey smacked the shit out of this nigga. I ain't gonna lie. Damn. She grabbed Frank. Come on, Frank, get up. But she trying to help Frank out, bro. But this dude, Christian, has had enough time to get back to his feet. Even though he got hit in the back of the head with a big ass blunt object, how the hell doesn't he have any brain damage right now? I don't understand. But for some reason, Frank and Sigrid act like they can't get up and walk faster. So this nigga Christian gets up and smacks him with a bat. How did he knock 2 people out with one hit though? I don't even understand that. Though it's no way that these 2 people can't stop Christian, bro. I don't understand it. Like, I've watched this movie twice now, still don't get it. You a grown man, you a grown woman, it's one other grown man. How the hell can y'all not stop him? And y'all got the ups on him. And another thing, in horror movies, why do y'all be hitting niggas, knocking them out for a second or whatever, and you don't finish the job? I would have killed Christian. He was on the ground. Yeah, okay, cool. But that nigga might get up. I would have kept smacking him. Mickey. Now this dude Christian, this is sometime later, I'm guessing, brought this nigga Frank some food and he spit in it. Yo, ew. Now we realize in this moment that Sigrid has also been kept and turned into a dog. And then we see a little ass kid crawling to a bowl. Yeah, that's right. This nigga done either impregnated Sigrid or he had Frank impregnate her. And I think it was Frank. You remember he asked about her having sex with him, talking about, are you volunteering? And then you know, that's a puppy. It's a little ass kid dressed in the suit. 2 dogs. We're having a puppy. That's the, oh my God. What the fuck is going on? This nigga is freaky. I'm gonna be honest. This is probably the most freaky movie that y'all have ever made me watch. And I pray to God that you watched this video because y'all made me go through straight pain watching this bullshit. No bad.